Hey, what's up? This is Satchel. I'm the lead guitar player for Steel Panther. Steel Panther is, if you haven't heard of us, then climb out from under the rock, okay? We're one of the world's top heavy metal bands. As a matter of fact, we've got over 4,000 Facebook friends now. And we've sold hundreds of records worldwide. We just won the equivalent of a Grammy in Guam. It's called a Guami. It's just really a pineapple painted gold, but we've got it. So it's more than a lot of heavy metal bands. And I'm here with the new Charvel Satchel model, one of the greatest guitars I've ever played. It's awesome. It's got Fishman pickups. It's got a Floyd Rose tremolo system. It's got a neck. It's like putting your hands on melted butter. That's what it's like. It plays that good. And I'm just here with the Charvel crew, and we're just hanging out. Well, let me tell you about this guitar and the finish. You can tell by looking at it that it looks awesome. And this paint job is, I don't know exactly where they got the paint from, but the pattern is patterned after a Siberian snow tiger. It was actually the exact pattern of the stomach of one of the rarest tigers in the world, except it's not green. That tiger is actually not green. It's a white and black tiger, but they had to go to North Vietnam and climb like a really high mountain and catch the tiger. And they didn't kill the tiger, but they did, they shot it with a tranquilizer, and they had to drag it down to the bottom of the mountain where they could breathe, because it was like super high. It was like 40,000 feet high. They took the tiger down to the bottom of the mountain, and they took a print of its stomach before they released it back into the wild. And that's where they got this actual paint job. That's what they told me. I don't know. It could be bullshit. But it's a great looking guitar, as you can tell. It's got 28 frets. Listen, I'm not good at counting frets. I don't really care about that. You know, I have other things going on in my life. I can't count all the frets on my guitars. It takes too much time, but it has a lot of frets. It has more frets than you actually need. If you need more frets than this, then you're high maintenance, and nobody's gonna want to be in a band with you. So if you can't make your guitar sound good with this many frets, then you need to look internally at why you need more frets than that, and ask yourself, why do I need more frets? And then maybe you'll figure yourself out, go see a psychiatrist, come back to this guitar when you figured yourself out, and you'll be like, now I can play this. Now I deserve to play this guitar. The Satchel Charvel model, it's a great guitar. And 22 frets is really all you need. You don't need 28 frets unless you're Uli John Roth. I mean, maybe Uli John Roth needs it because he's playing like notes that only dogs can hear. But I like only humans to hear my notes. 2 pickups, 2. But there's like 14 different combinations of configurations. The Floyd Rose makes it so you'll never break a string. If you do break a string, you can bring the guitar back and get it replaced. They'll replace the entire guitar. You don't even have to change your strings. They'll just replace the guitar. They'll send it to you for free. I don't know, that could be bullshit too. Don't take anything that I say as truth. I don't really know all the details, but they are interviewing me right now, so I'm just making shit up off the top of my head, basically. But I hope you enjoy the guitar, because a lot of work went into it from people that are very, very well educated at guitar building. And they do this for a living. A lot of people have graduated from very good schools, mostly just high school. They didn't go to college or anything, but they do know about guitar building and making guitars look awesome, and that's really all that matters. I've got 2 different colors to choose from, 2 of the coolest colors in my opinion. And you know, the cool thing about these guitars is not only do they sound amazing if you know how to play guitar, which takes a lot of practice, especially in these days where you can go on YouTube and watch anything you want. It takes weeks to get good, but even if you're not a good guitar player, you can hang them on your wall, and these guitars look great in houses and apartments. Doesn't matter if you live in Beverly Hills and you've got a lot of furniture, or if you live in a single studio apartment and you sleep on a cot. They're still going to impress your friends. You can hang these in your bathroom or in your living room, and Girls go crazy for him. All these pickups are Fishman Fluence. I love the way those pickups sound. They make it easy to rock on the, especially for heavy metal guitar. You know, when you're looking for like a high gain, highly saturated lead tone, something with a lot of sustain, these pickups sound amazing. These are newer covers on these Fishman pickups. They just started making these, and we had them match the paint job of the guitar. It looks amazing, and they sound amazing. It's not just a cool looking pickup. They're, to me, the best sounding pickups out there, especially for rock and metal. If you haven't tried it yet, go out and try one, and you will be blown away. These guitars are easy to play, and the pickups make it even easier to play. And if you're like me and you don't want to play guitars that suck, you're gonna like this guitar a lot, because it's the best sounding, best playing rock guitar I've ever played. So there you go. Okay, what else do we have on this guitar? Well, we've got a volume control. This is the thing that when you go counterclockwise on it when you're not playing a song. You're not supposed to keep your volume up in between the songs on stage, because then your guitar will feed back, or that means you're just noodling in between songs. And nobody wants to hear you noodle, guys. Okay, I know you like to do it at practice, but the other guys in your band don't want to hear you noodling. Okay, they don't want to hear you like playing lead guitar all the time. So just turn your volume down. You can noodle with the volume down too. That helps, but that's a volume knob right there. This is the pickup selector. This is when you rock and rhythm guitar, okay? And then when you're playing lead guitar, that's the only time you're gonna go to that pickup. If you're doing like rhythm stuff, don't go on that pickup, it sounds like shit. But if you're playing lead, you can go on that pickup. It's got some cool in-between pickup. It's got all kinds of cool configurations here, but you know what to do. I mean, you play rock guitar, rhythm, if you're playing a Van Halen song, go all the way back to this pickup. And then if you're playing like, you know, if you're in an Iron Maiden tribute band and you're playing like some Adrian Smith solos, that's the pickup. Go all the way up, okay? That's all you need to know. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, then you need to put the guitar down and walk away, okay? And just go to the keyboard section and like hang out there with those guys or geeks. Listen to some Kraftwerk or something. Guys, have I mentioned that the truss rod adjustment is right down here? This is a huge benefit in so many ways. Let me explain it to you. If you've never adjusted your own truss rod, please don't start now. It's really difficult. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I have only professionals do this, because I tried to do it one time and then I couldn't bend my strings at all. It just fretted out. So if you know what you're doing, please have at it. But if you're like me and you just play guitar and you just want somebody else to do that for you, don't try to do it, because you'll screw your guitar up. But it is right here. I think that makes it a lot easier. That's what they tell me. I don't mess with it, because I just like the pretty colors and the whammy bar. And I like to write songs, and this is great for that. But the truss rod adjustment being right here, apparently it's a very cool thing. All the very techie people seem to like it a lot. Well, I'll tell you what, I am very, very happy that I moved over to Charvel, and they do make great rock guitars. I usually only take a couple with me on tour, because that's all I need. They stay in tune really well, and they play great. And you know, I personally, I'm not very high maintenance. I don't even like to take a guitar tech to a lot of gigs. So I'll just tune them on my own during the show while I'm picking up women in the front row. And a lot of times, if you've been to a Steel Panther show, which I know many of you have, you'll see me play the entire show with one guitar. I don't even need to switch out, even though we do different tunings, because they stay in tune that well. Floyd Rose makes a great tremolo, and they always have. If you're as old as I am, and I'm really old, then you know This is one of the best systems ever made for this kind of thing. And I only take two just because I don't know, like, if something did happen and I dropped the guitar, you know, off the stage at a festival, which has happened, that can break a neck or something, and I have another guitar there. Great, very reliable stuff, and they feel great, which is very important when you're playing lead guitar a lot like I am, and you're basically carrying the whole show like I do every show. It's not easy, because nobody gives me the credit I deserve, but I'm gonna toot my own horn, so toot toot. I don't know why they want me to do this, but apparently Charvel's making skateboards too. If you don't play guitar, but you're out of your fucking mind and you like to skate, there's a lot of kids out there. I can't skate anymore. Once I hit like 65, I was like, fuck it, I'm not gonna skate. It's too risky for me because, you know, I have like an ARP card and, you know, old people insurance and shit. So, and if I break my arm, skating, they won't take it. But if you don't play guitar and you like to skateboard, you can buy this Charvel skateboard and you can go out to the skate parks and hang out with all the 12-year-olds. And I don't know, I guess this is a real thing. They actually make this thing, which is pretty rad. My bones are pretty brittle. I try to drink milk, but it doesn't seem to work at this point. I'm just trying to stave off the osteoporosis. And but you can get this too. It's pretty rad. It doesn't look as cool as the guitar to me, but and I don't get a cut of this, so you know. But you can buy this too. So kids, go buy this. And if you're riding around Venice Beach, like the Egyptian musician guy who used to do that, playing this guitar, riding this skateboard, you are gonna get so many bitches. It's gonna be crazy. Go buy it. Charvel. Can't go wrong with it.